Um, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is George, and for today's video, I want to talk about the ongoing protests that are currently going on in Albania. So yeah, for those of you who probably don't know, there are protests currently happening in Albania because of a island off the coast of the Adriatic of the coast of Albania on the Adriatic Sea. So yeah, um, so the reason why there are protests is um the Trump administration, or rather Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump have have basically chosen this island to create a luxury resort, according to Ivanka Trump herself. She basically frames that as they were out there chilling and doing something, and then out of nowhere they found out this beautiful island on the Adriatic Sea off the coast of Albania, and now they are basically planning to create a luxury resort. But the problem is that um the the island is very important to it has a very the island has a very um fragile ecosystem. There are a lot of migratory birds that fly over this island and even stop. And more specifically, the flamingo observed to kind of to has been observed on this island specifically, and the flamingo has become the official symbol of the protests happening in Tirana mostly, and just in Albania in general. Um, also, there have been there a lot of the uh, there have been calls for the resignations of the Prime Minister Edi Rama, and just corruption related stuff. Um, uh, um, according to uh, according to in an interview, from what I remember, Edi Rama himself said that this is creating new jobs, which is something that even the Trump administration has also said. Um, and also Edi Rama has said that this sort of opportunity is creating jobs for people and aiding with the economic development of Albania, but unfortunately is at the cost of Albania's ecosystem and the ecosystem on the island. And obviously, um, environmentalists went out have warned that this sort of project can destroy, obviously, the ecosystem of the island, and especially for the migratory birds and the flamingos. So yeah, um, this is which and when it comes to the protests have largely been peaceful, but there have been unfortunately some arrests of obviously in a protest, just like probably just like the one in Serbia, there is that expectation of people getting arrested, obviously, and uh, uh, again, who knows, yeah, the protests, like I said, are currently ongoing, and and yeah, uh, so yeah, which and yeah, what's interesting is that uh, this is unsurprisingly just another move by the Trump administration doing things left and right, allowing uh, uh, like this whole thing is basically something that the Trump is something very typical for the Trump administration. Like any other similar project, um, there is obviously backlash, but um, I will say this: the protests, when the No Kings protests were really nothing compared to how how um how Balkan people protest, and that kind of ties back to how even my people, how we as Balkans have survived just the 500 years of Ottoman control, and that has obviously shaped us into resilient, and obviously it has helped us to achieve our liberation from the Ottoman Empire, and I'm hoping that this and the Serbian protests can be successful, uh and uh, and yeah, I I basically said that they're calling for Eddie Rama's resignation, um, and like I said, he's basically in he like you said in that one interview, if I remember, he said that he's confused that the that the that just the everyday Albanians don't really are not really open to this, that they are unsurprisingly um r- just like rejecting it, obviously, and like I said, I'm hoping things can improve, and um I hope no, I hope like not many people get arrested. Um, if I know very well from the Serbian protests, the the authorities are gonna um are 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 going to use a lot of stuff uh like uh they're gonna start spraying water. They're gonna shoot with plastic guns, or rather plastic bullets, to not to really hurt people, but to scare them, obviously. But it's not gonna really determine the average person from stopping this project from happening, and obviously obviously protecting their their country, and the fragile ecosystem in that island for obviously the flamingos and the migratory birds, obviously. So yeah, um this is the end of the video. If you're from Albania, I hope you are watching this, and you probably are, and you're probably doing okay with the protests that are currently happening in Tirana, and even in other Albanian cities, obviously. So yeah, um, uh, I hope you're doing okay. Um, this is for you people. So yeah, and hello from Bulgaria, and for those of and for the rest of you, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.